Hello and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3, 1890, Germany, super large fleet size. We are now 4 months at war with Russia. It's our first war. We won one small engagement, then a couple of cruiser battles, sort of eked out a victory. Nice little victories. We sunk a couple of cruiser and some transports. I think that's 1 light cruiser and 3 heavy cruisers and some transports. But now, as we go into the 4th month, June 1893, the Russian Far East fleet that just is making its way in small chunks around Africa and up to the Baltic to relieve the blockade we have of St. Petersburg and the Baltic states, sort of a reverse of what happened when they had to sail around Africa to get to the Far East. But we've been dealt them a few blows along the way. But now things are getting heated, and we have our first large-ish battle, which includes 2 of our new cruisers and 1 legacy cruiser. Jesus, I can't talk. And some legacy light cruisers, but there are a lot of them. 11 light cruisers and 1 legacy heavy cruiser and 2 decent cruisers. I cannot do anything here, change or add. Expected enemy forces, some battleships and supporting forces. I'm not terrible. If it's just a few battleships, that's not a problem. Then I think we can overwhelm them with gunfire and torpedo them as they slow down, like we have done a couple of times already. But if they have like an entire battle fleet, then we can just run away. Here we are steaming, looking good, and saving as usual. No auto saving. So we have 3 in the screen. Then we have 5 and 3 in support here. These are the Frauenlobes. They are the heavy ones, yeah. The ones that we have rebuilt as well into something that approximates an effective fighting ship. Yeah, we actually have control from the start. But I don't see any enemy. I don't see any objective, so it looks like an enemy coastal raid. So the enemy is going to raid our coast somewhere. It could be anywhere from here to here. You don't know that beforehand, so you have to sort of look around. But I think I will go grab a coffee because this could take some searching and not soul searching, but searching for the enemy. We have no planes, nothing, so well, let's have a look. Day sighting range, good. Summer, northern summer, so it's 14 hours of daylight, so that's not going to be an issue. And the scenario is 800 minutes, so 12 hours, 13 plus hours, an entire day of hunting for enemy ships. I can expect to get some reports from our shore batteries, and I guess we have some patrol boats, we have some merchants, and they can get attacked and can report. But anyway, time for coffee. And coffee, I think I'll play this battle and then take the dog for a walk. Yeah, I'm a bit, should I say, worried, because I feel that things have gone relatively well, and then you get this feeling that it's probably not going to go so great forever. And then maybe this is the battle where things burn out not so great. So since I can control them, scout, search line, and can increase speed just a little bit, that should be okay. We don't want to overburden our scout line. Just be outlook for any. Let's see how the scouts are doing. No, they are pushing their engines to the max, of course, of course, of course. Let's go to cruise. Yeah, that's better. Probably go even faster. There they come out for a search line. Here we have a mine field. You are not in any danger of fitting your own mines. Costs. So we're not getting any reports. Just pause for a second. The merchant division here, here, and up here. So maybe the enemy is coming down. I was sort of imagining him coming from the North Sea and heading into Baltic, but that's just in my mind. We have a patrol boat in this area. A patrol boat here. Okay, I think we should maybe round the other direction. Now they're probably pushing themselves to death. So let's give them a break. Let's go down to just 8 knots so they can get past us. Then go back up to cruise. Ahead. Still not a single report. Also, yeah, Grayfun has engine damage, so great stuff. Where is Grayfun? It's probably part of the scout line. No. So it's been steam 17 knots. Okay, yeah. Very unreliable engines at this stage. So it could be just that they had to curve around on the outside to get into position. This is another advantage of controlling them more manually. Then you don't have to burn out your engines. I think we will go very fast, ultra fast. No. Not misunderstanding, it's not me who's raiding, no, then there is then there would be a map sign for me to go towards. They haven't been sighted here, so unknown ship sighted, okay. So either it's the fleet or it's one of the transport. No, 2 ships together, 3 ships together, okay, it's the enemy. So let's bring these guys to support and line ahead. You don't want them hanging around in that leaning position, so they can go join the other guys down here. Can go to squad almost. Let's go to 16 knots. It's a light cruiser. They have any battleships? They're going pretty fast for battleships. CA, CL, CL. Yeah, okay. It's cruiser on cruiser. I have more cruisers, it looks like, but there could be other forces. Hersevet class. This one we are familiar with. It's a 7 and 5 inch and 2 inch. This is a Bayan 7 and 5. Legacy ships from the east, maybe. Novik class 8 inch and 6, but very lightly armored. Graiden class. Okay, one of the light cruisers with all 6 inch armament, and another one here. Okay. Where did my actually useful Amazon fallen out? Rauenlob. Isn't this the guy? Take it off. Alright. Run 2 minutes. Maybe the other ones can get back into formation. Is this the final one? Yeah. Let's get out here. Join up with it. You can see that even if they get separated, they automatically reattach once they get close. They have the speed intact, so now they are running away. Not very nice. Fresh breeze, maximum 28 knots. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Oh, the entire scenario has passed while we cruised up and down the coastline there. This is going to be... I mean, we could go to max and maybe get a few shots off. This definitely is not going to be... Alpha and low base at max 18. Let's do 20 anyway. Let's at least try to shoot at them. Yeah, strokers are tired. We have been cruising at 12 knots, but still people are very tired. It's a mystery. Oh! Turning into us. That was very unexpected. These are permanent AI for some reason. These are... Starboard, I think. Yeah. In case you wonder why I don't go line abreast, I'm not a big fan. I think it gets very confusing very fast. But it is a viable option when chasing or being chased, I suppose. You can take the turn together, quickly get into abreast, and then sort of have more shots fired. But I usually find it quite the hassle. Can you just score a hit or three? Or cripple a ship? Vladimir, cripple a light cruiser or something. Is that too much to ask? You can go in there, you can curve around. Is this one still AI controlled? Yes. Yeah, that's it actually. I can't hunt these guys in the dark, so cruise and turn hard. Parting shots there before we get the hell out of here. This was not as epic as I had imagined. I was sure this was going to be super cool, but it was not. But we at least did some damage to their ships. We did light damage to 2 of their craft. We probably took some hits as well. No, we were completely undamaged. This Germany medium. Yeah, I don't know. We have some surviving merchants. He has failed to sink any merchants up because he was way up in the Baltic when he should be down fighting us. It's a bit disappointing. Our force was massively larger than his, but I was tricked by our starting direction, so I didn't realize that we should be going the other way. So. Got some tea here. So it's time to take stock, but I think I am going to do a little thing here. We'll lift my picture a little bit up here. Okay, done. Good. Then maybe it won't end up on top of the wind and that sort of data. Anyway, quick checkup on where we are. All our forces are either in Northern Europe or the Baltic, or they are out doing their thing, and we have enough trade protection. There are no subs at this point. The enemy is being blockaded, actually. France is very close to going to war with us. I hope that doesn't happen. You can see they have brought their ships out of reserves. They have a big active fleet. Same with the Brits. That's not a good sign. And the Italians have their fleet out, and everybody has their fleet out except the Americans. They seem to have no fleet at all. So I was hoping kind of Japan would join, but instead Italy joined, and I'm afraid they will drag in more nations, so this could turn into a hot mess. A very hot mess. But I don't know, it looks like Russia has sent some ships back the other way now. So now we completely overwhelmed them here, and they don't have much of a presence here. They have one battleship and one cruiser. I'm not sure what that's about. It could be, well, the battleship can't be damaged, so it could be bad intel. So, but I don't see anything that we would want to do or could do. We just have to keep going here. So we get another cruiser action. Yeah. So that was probably a misreporting, or maybe they moved more forces into the area. They have one armed merchant cruiser, sort of a trade warfare ship. We haven't talked too much about trade warfare, but basically you can do trade warfare with surface ships, and you can do it with subs. Subs don't exist, so you can do it with surface ships. You either do it with cruisers or with sort of armed merchant cruisers, which they are converted civilian ships that can hunt other civilian ships. Pretty special arrangement, but it happened historically. But I have blockaded the Russians, so my options for trade warfare is very, very limited. Once you have a blockade in place, there isn't much you can do. But if you are being blockaded, then you can definitely score victory points by sending your subs out to hunt for convoys or sending surface raiders. Convoys are handled by anti-submarine warfare ships, corvettes, or destroyers. But surface ships have to be handled, and this is pretty abstract, and you can automate it by clicking this box. But you can also hunt down surface raiders, but then you have to sort of click on each season and see, okay, there's a light cruiser there, and you got some sinking reports, and so you send a faster light cruiser or even a fast heavy cruiser to hunt it down. I don't think I have the fleet strength to that, and I don't usually find it neither very exciting nor does it pay off. Often you can sort of hang around in the same season for months with your anti-raiders and their raiders, and nothing happens. Anyway, generate battle. Okay, we are there. Okay, he feels that he is so much weaker than me that he starts declining battle. Now the battle generator will usually try to generate another battle. And this time he could be more confident. This is also a cruiser action, but in the Baltic this time. No, he declines again because he has gotten his ass whooped and is down a few cruisers, so he doesn't want to play anymore. And then the battle generator jumps back and tries another cruiser action in the North Sea, almost exactly the same as before. And this time, either he didn't want to decline or he couldn't decline. Because remember that one time when I couldn't decline? Yeah. Some cruisers and supporting forces. We should check the skill level of these guys. I don't think they are super skilled. So I have one good cruiser, one new cruiser, 2 legacy cruiser, and 3 of these very weak cruisers. I really regret not giving them a light refit much earlier, so I was kind of going to, but then I figured, nah, I'm not going to fight any wars until 1895, but of course you cannot decide these things. Okay, it's dark-ish, but it's almost dawn, and it is in the summertime, so it will be light for many hours. So as long as we find the opposing fleet, there could be a battle. Okay, so click as fast as you can go and enter to run, and unknown ship sighted. That is typical for cruiser actions at this time. You start relatively close, and then the game runs your flagship until it spots the enemy. And this is of course fine, because it would have to generate, it sort of generates those battles that have the potential to become a battle. If it wanted to simulate every time a ship leaves port, then it would be very boring indeed. Oh, these are my 21 knotters. They will go line ahead. We'll speed up and we will go have a look at this this guy. So it now stops at fast. They are turning, and it's a destroyer. I don't think it can be a destroyer, because at this point they don't have any destroyers. So now we will turn hard to the side here. I think my cruisers will just keep going. Yeah, they immediately break and flee. It's estimated that is beyond this 15 knots. It can probably go closer to 20, but it does not turn away. Okay, so it commits to a course. Let's I don't think smoke will be a big problem if we keep going that direction. Don't want my light cruisers too close, but let's bring them down to the same speed as my bigger cruisers. Have I scored any hits? No, they're just throwing explosive metal at the ocean. I don't really want to have him engage both my broadsides. I bet he's gone to max, so yeah, he's gone to max, but he has no speed whatsoever. I have the speed advantage, and this was why I bulged my 18 knot cruisers, because they cannot escape, and with their original armament they couldn't really win a gunfight. Now they cannot run at all, but they could win a gunfight. Did I? Yes, our first hit of the day. Let's keep out of torpedo range for now. Let's go to pistol shot. I think this is even within, this is within 3-inch gun range. This we see 4-7-inch. Hull hits belt, cannot penetrate. We were discussing the belt in the previous video. At this time there is sort of no way. Unless you get a lucky hit, you cannot penetrate the belt. I'm going to fall away, because no reason to give him the opportunity to take extra shots at me. I think we can go down to 18. I don't want our brokers to become too tired. We lost a little bit of speed there because we were turning. The Bayan has definitely slowed down a bit. We have scored a couple of more hits. He's twisting and turning to give us penalties. This Vladimir class is trying to do some help. Let's go up here. Let's bend the other way. And he tries to brake. This is why we probably should do everything in 1 knot increments, because otherwise you blink and then he's left you behind. Okay, so he's coming around here. Now I'm interfering with my own gunnery, of course, so I don't want that. Let's come hard about and we will lose some speed, but that's fine. Now we are blowing smoke up our asses. I think we can see that pretty clearly here. Target turning under fire, firing at the same target. No smoke yet. It's pretty short. Now it's blowing directly the same way as we're traveling, then it's not such a huge issue. I wonder what quality these ships have. It's not great, I can tell you. I think I will go a little bit slower actually. Yeah, he makes a break for it. Let's break with him. Did he lose all propulsion suddenly? No, not all of it, but he definitely slowed down. I don't want to close. He got hit. Berlin fore and aft. Doesn't look very dangerous. I think that's like the first hit we have. Now Prince Adalbert has taken a few hits, but has 2% damage, so not a lot of penetrating hits, that's for sure. Okay, so he's turning against us. Now within torpedo range, I don't like that. Squad max. Let's get slightly ahead of him before we cut in. We don't want torpedo range here. Now we are talking, but he's turning, so I'm afraid this is a long shot. But we'll give it a try. Help the AI by giving direct fire orders. Captain of the Berlin is screaming on the top of his lungs and... no, out of arc. And then let's turn the hell away. Yeah, we got one. Because he was so slow and he couldn't really turn. The distance was maybe... it was 1500 yards maybe, something like that. But that guy is toast now. And these guys are going to go AI. I'm not really going to try to mess too much with these other guys unless they decide to stay with us. Just... okay, do we have a straggler? I think we have a straggler. Maybe we just increase our speed again. Well, that's just because of the reduced visibility from the rain. Here it is again. It's definitely slowing. definitely not going to go up against that guy with take down the speed again. It's no use going fast now. And now we just want to... We're not scoring a lot of hits, that's for sure. It's a very small, agile ship. Yeah, so basically, let's see if we're hitting anything at all. Yeah, we're scoring the occasional hit, so we're wearing it down. So that's fine. Oh, don't get too close. See no reason not to. We got to make a note about where the heavy cruiser was. Yeah. See if he's still moving. Yes, he is technically moving. The other guys have abandoned him. Oh, come on. Catch fire and die, will you? Yeah, okay, that's good enough. He's stationary and burning, so... Yeah, so that was a relatively quick battle. We fought not aggressively, but we maneuvered to fire for effect, and first his heavy cruiser was a bit slower, a few knots slower than us, so we managed to catch up, and we had way more ships. We had 3 heavy cruisers to his 1, and my 1 heavy cruiser is a lot better than his. So we slowed it and then torpedoed it. Very good. And then there was something wrong with that other light cruiser. It must have taken sort of a lucky hit or had engine trouble. Maybe it tried running at high speed. This turned out to be, it's dangerous to say easy victory, but was not the most hard fought victory ever. So the enemy has sounded us about a negotiated peace with us gaining disputed border areas and some of their colonies. I don't think that the Russians have a lot of colonies that they can give us. Maybe something in East Asia, Northeast Asia that we do not want. But we could get some more reparations. We do, of course, want to take away Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania from them, and eventually Finland. But to get either of those territory, even with harsher peace terms, we would need a crushing victory. So we are not in the crushing victory category yet. So we could continue. A few more months will do it, but I don't feel that this war is benefiting us that much. I would rather the war end immediately if I could, even if I get very little, because when a war ends, okay, so my budget goes down, but then I can put some of my ships into reserve and refit others. But then tension drops dramatically across the board. So whenever a war ends, it's sort of a reset. So that would bring my tension with the Great Britain and France down as well. Not to 0, but way lower than it is now. Japan hasn't joined the war, and Italy is probably not going to. And if the war keeps on, I fear that France at least will join. We should not let them off cheaply. We should press for hard terms. If we do that, we could get a few more points out of it. Better terms, but the chance of them accepting is less. Or we could do these terms sound like a good basis for peace negotiations. Has the biggest chance for going through. But there is a randomness involved there. The negotiations could still be derailed by the Hawk party, or if we could find no common ground or whatever. So if the war ends now, I will be very happy. If it doesn't, I suppose we just have to fight on. But it would be best if it ended now. Yeah, the Kaiser is persuaded by senior generals to scuttle the peace negotiations. Okay, this means that it will take a few months before there is any other peace talks. Yeah. Early gyroscopes, of course. Enemy fleets dominate 60 victory points. The Italians lose a ship off the coast of West Africa. These events are weird. It's cool that they can fight each other, but I am 99% sure that the Italians never sent any ships to West Africa, so I've had sort of ships sunk basically across the globe. I'm in a war with Japan against someone, and they have no ships. Neither side have any ships in. Yeah, I was fighting. Was it France? And I was allied with the US, and no, I was fighting Russia, and the US was my ally, so they joined the war, but they had no ships in the North Sea, and the Russians had no ships in the North Sea, but they kept sinking each other's ships in the North Sea without ever sending any ships to the North Sea. So that's the weird part, but okay. So they get 10 from, but we get 260 for the blockade, so yeah. Italy adds 90, so we are pulling ahead. Those declines really helped us as well. Got some promotion, average, and of course below average. Yeah, stuff happens. We have nothing that's damaged, that's good. Let's look at fleets. So yeah, definitely these Russians have decided to sail all the way around the globe again. Maybe they have finally become afraid of Japan, I don't know. You can see the UK has sent a big fleet into the Baltic. That I think is... No! That's not the UK, that's my fleet. Sorry. The UK is still here and yellow. Oh my god. Should maybe go find my glasses. Yeah. Kind of funny. But unless they decide to go back again. But all these crews are going to be poor now. They have no bases here, so they are going to be fatigued and poor and have a horrible time sailing back and forth. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, half a year to go all the way to the Baltic, 5 years to reach Northern Europe. This is horrendous. I touched upon this in the very first episode 0, and then talked about the big problem with playing Russia. Why it's I suppose it could be a fun challenge, but it's not for everyone. Unless you're prepared for this, it's just gonna be frustrating. Yes, but I think we should just push on. Lots of clicking, 9 turns until we get our first extra heavy cruisers of turn. Enemy coastal raid. Okay, this is the first time where he actually has something where we don't. So this is basically the same as if we had decline. We have no forces there, so yeah, tough luck. But now we have action with light forces. There aren't any destroyers now, so yeah, 2 good light cruisers this time. That's a good. And we start mostly the same spot, and let's just save. And this time my face is not about this info. Let's look here. Early in the morning, 12 hours to do it. Moderate breeze. No limits to speed, but we're maximum 20 knots. Anyway, good visibility. Let's go. Let's crank up the speed. No, ship, that was fast. Let's get some steam up. What kind of direction is he going? He's going straight away. Okay. He doesn't want to play. Doesn't look like it. This is a fast, I think that would be a low armed merchant cruiser. Okay, so it's not that. It's a small merchant. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's do 16 instead. Sink a small merchant. There's another ship. Could be a medium merchant or a cruiser. Light cruiser. It's going. Yeah, same as last time. But let's pick up some survivors, and it just fled into the high seas. There it is again, I think. Maybe it's another merchant. Let's have a look. Let's go. It's the CL. It's the Aurora class. It has its 21 knots, and I'm 20 knots. If I... Yeah, it's the wrong picture. I was looking for this. So yeah, we are 20, so it could get away. But we could try to sort of follow him, and maybe he will tire. Maybe his engines will sort of break down before ours. Maybe he will do something stupid. I think the range is dropping slightly. It's almost gonna not turn too hard there. It could be our intel is bad. Maybe he's oh. It's, yeah, you can see my maximum speed is now 19. I pushed this a bit too hard, but 19 is needed to keep pace with him, so... Some jammed turrets. Oh my god, my cruiser has taken damage and must have gotten hit at some point. Oh, come on, you little rascal. Now it's pulling away because my speed has dropped to 18. Let's look at the log. No, it hasn't hit me, but apparently it's just my engines running hot. Heavy. So let's give it a few more minutes. Okay, he's going for... You want? Yeah, it's no point. He fled into the harbor. So he sunk one transport, so we got some points. We only found the one transport, so it's a very minor victory. You may retire. Yeah, let's retire him. This was tragic. Italian gets another ship sunk. Sounds completely implausible. I think they really need to work on those battle events. Sometimes you get sort of your ally loses 2 battleships and a destroyer, and the enemy loses a corvette, and then you wonder, well, did they even have ships in the same area? And if they did, what kind of forces? What could possibly have sunk 2 battleships at this stage in the game? I know they are random events, but of all the random events, I think these battle events make the least sense of all. So this one is in the yard with engine trouble. It's not a very good ship anyway, so it's not a problem. We have some elite crews now, that's good. But we still have some that are just fair. It was overall not a very exciting, but let's go to the area overview here. Northern Europe, we have an average guy. Average, who knows? Where is the Baltic? Let's try to assign a... Okay, we don't have a single admiral with a known ability. That could be... Oh, this guy, Norman. Maybe he has Norwegian roots, so let's pick him. If he's bad, we can always send him back to Norway. Let's just press on. It's a convoy defense, okay. Interesting. The Russian Navy declines. I don't think they have a whole bunch of cruisers generate back. Okay, yeah, they bite. So now we get 4 heavy cruisers and 13 light cruisers. Wow. Wow. Okay. You should have declined, Mr. Russia. Okay, we are locked. You can see it's gray here, so I cannot do anything. So I will run forward until, yeah, sighted. Later in the game, you will not always start like this. Once you have spotter planes and carriers and that sort of thing, things can start very far apart. But not at this stage in the campaign. So these guys needs to come off screen. Be support. Line ahead, and they can definitely be AI controlled for now. And our cruisers will go up to squad max -1. We will find our fastest. Do we have one with 21 knots? Yes. Then we go to squad max. Charge forward here. What's that deal here? Support. Okay, they are just sorting out their shit. Starting to get fairly familiar with, I think I will just do the 20 knots. Grab this one here. This one up here, and let's run this for a little while, and it turns, so I pause and I adjust my course, and then there needs to be more than one light cruiser. There cannot be just one light. And if I remember correctly, this isn't super, it's 21 knots, so, well, reported 21 knots. If anything, these intel reports tend to be around the side of my enemies. Okay, it's not getting closer. I think I will have to power up everything here to have any hope of hitting him. Of course, if he's cutting back and forth, he's getting closer. Still far away from gun range. Shots fired. No effect thus far, as I know. Lübeck, yeah, with that many cruisers running high speed, and only my new ships have reliable engine, remember? These are not going to catch up. I don't think these are going to catch up either, but I'll give it a go. Sort of barely within striking distance. Fast. Yeah, and it falls out of formation, but for some insane reason he decides to turn into us. Okay, then maybe we have a chance after all. Down to 19, but he's affected by running at maximum speed as well. You can see 2 of my cruisers have fallen behind there, and that is no coincidence. These guys have reliable engines, these guys do not. You can see the difference already. It's not huge, but it is noticeable. So if you have the same speed as your opponent and you can have reliable engines, then you can hunt him down. Now maybe we can do some damage. These want to go on the inside. I'm not so concerned about both broadsides here. He's running for the... So one light damaged cruiser. Wow, that was super underwhelming. Another cruiser in third. That means they get them back at the end of the war. I get more money. This is an event. You can give some of your resources to the army in the hope of them giving you some victory points. But you only, even in the best of circumstances, you can get like 1500 victory points. So why would I give away money to gain just a handful of victory points? If it really mattered, or if you could be hurt, you can lose sort of a small amount of victory point that goes to the enemy if the army loses badly. So that's sort of, I would say it's a tricky event. Just don't give the army money. Sometimes they will win anyway, sometimes they will lose, but at least you keep your budget. Unexpected advances in ship design. That's only like the second breakthrough. Yeah, of course, a temporary setback, some blockading. He gains 10 victory points. Yeah. So research, yeah, we have 2 advances, one in armor, Harvey armor, very important. This one also kind of important, I guess. So now the question is, should we order another Beowulf? Yeah, let's do that, but what should we call it? But wait, didn't we had a research breakthrough, improved design calculations, that could impact our... No, not by a lot, just a few tons. So it's really not worth a new, but these bonuses stack up, so in a few years they are going to matter. Build ship, build another Beowulf. Pick Eager, Odin, Heimdall. Because she was an actor in a very bad Beowulf movie, so we stay true to theme. We can use Odin and those Norse gods for another class, I think. Hope you don't mind the joke name. So save and press on. We're almost done. We are in late autumn. Another cruiser action, and they accept. It's yeah, here can't do anything, so let's just play. Oh my god, it's sunset, almost sunset, so always save and run. This will be troublesome. It's 2 line ahead. Let's do squad max. See if we can sort of get in a few hits, maybe score a victory before the sunset. Okay, they are going away from us, so it's a tail chase. Oh, they are turning. Okay. The set line abreast. Okay. Take line ahead. This can, so slowly, you see, speed hasn't changed a lot. Minutes are going, but takes a while to get steam going. Okay. So he actually has brought comparable fleet this time. And he sort of cut off one of his light cruisers or something. I think the weather gauge is fine. It's a dead calm. We really need to get some good hits here. Maybe we can get something before the sunset. Here we can see sunset approaching. And we are already in dusk, remember? Now he tries to cut. Have none of that. Correct jam. There comes the darkness. And we somehow keep this guy in vision. Carry on. Hitting their heavy cruisers. A lot. Actually, I'm going to go after this tail ship. See if that works out. Now we have to be careful. I'm too close. But I have no control over these guys because there's something signals. I was afraid he would hit me with a torpedo there. I don't want to be within torpedo range of the game. Oh my god. What are they doing? This we will use for the first time this turn together, and then we will hard away. But now he's in position to maybe fire a torpedo. No solution. This is not good. This is very, very dangerous. Can I get off a torpedo? No. Let's pray I don't get torpedoed in return. Okay, I think I'm fine. Let's turn back. I'm losing a lot of speed here. Not penetrating my turret because I actually remembered to turning off, turn together so they get back in line. I think I need maximum speed anymore. Slow down just a little bit. And with these guys are reliable, but they are not superhuman. Again, we are in that dangerous area where a sudden torpedo could come flying out of nowhere. If I have no solution, maybe they have no solution as well. Flooding 1. Okay, so he has taken a hit to the waterline, but flooding 1 is manageable. Can I get the torpedo on anyone? No. Now it's dark and it's at the very edge of my range. It looks to be around 1500. So we have to try. I think I will cut behind these guys because I think he's maybe slowing down a little bit. I think I got any torpedo hits, but I have another one. This is one of my new ones, so let's go with the torpedo. Let's try for Prince Heinrich as well. I mean, we could get a lucky hit. It's not impossible. We turn hard in here. Maybe this last one can... No, out of arc. No, maybe. No solution, so we can't really get the solution. Oh, yes, 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 yes. They keep running in line. It's not good. They should have turned together and turned around. So this can be dangerous if these have tail as aft torpedo launchers now. Yeah, it's dead in the water. Be really careful from now on. There are only 2 light cruisers there. I wonder what's that about. What happened with... There's the third one. Okay. Yeah, Berlin, but again, it goes into the belt and nothing happens. Belt extended. You can see why I armored belt extended. Prince Adalbert, hull hit. It goes through. Now we are suddenly on their bow. They're just gonna keep coming. Looks like it. We could try to torpedo. That would be amazing. I'm not sure why they did that. It was not a good move. Their part. No, it's out of arc. But now it's not out of arc. Right? I doesn't really mean that we are likely to hit. We could hit it. Now let's get the hell away. Oh, no more hits. I think we will AI control this for now. Make an outer hard turn here. Not sure where the enemy light cruisers went, but that's not important. We are going to go after this one, see if it's to play. You have to pause to sort of see how far the... Yeah, I think they have abandoned their little friend there. No, maybe that's the one. Fire on. Shoot at the living ship, don't shoot at the sinking ship. Why are you guys lying abreast? Now you are turning together, but you're not supposed to turn together. Oh shit. Get back in line. Oh, not gonna get torpedoed by a light cruiser. That's not part of my plan. This is night fighting with lookouts and maybe some searchlights. I don't think they have electric searchlights at this stage. Let's look at the hit chance. They are pretty good. Details. Night firing. Okay. Yeah, it's not that bad, but we are very close. We are like a couple of thousand yards or meters away from each other. Our torpedoes are fine again. Hull hit again in the belt. And we get a solution now. Now it's slowing. Maybe we can get the solution now. Low, but okay. Let's do that. And one more torpedo from this guy. Probably not gonna hit, but going to turn away. Don't want to have any return torpedoes my way. This is very manual. Oh my god. Great stuff. Let's just fire the last from the broadside. That's 4 torpedoes, 2 torpedoes, and it's a golden. Guarantee you 3 torpedoes. Okay, let's go to cruise and let's just get the hell out of here. That was kind of risky, but if you approach from the right angles, you can never be entirely sure, so it is risky, but just don't directly tail chase them and don't sort of go parallel and slowly past them to launch your torpedoes. You have to approach from different angles where you are. Okay. Yeah, both of those torpedo guys sunk. The other one had medium damage, and for that we pay with medium damage. This is one gripe I have with the combat system, and I think the repair times, light stuff goes right back. Medium, short repair times, heavy, maybe 3 months maximum. I think I saw 4 once. I'm not sure. But ships with that amount of damage would probably spend a lot longer in dock, so it's very 1-0. Either you sink someone or you don't. And sinking is so much better than doing damage. So I wish I had a hope that Ruler Waves 2 would have somewhat longer repair times, but it doesn't. So. But it is a game, so I think there are probably design reasons for that. I wish you had spent more time and therefore more money in dock. Anyway, I think that's another little victory, major victory. But we have not gained a single prestige point for our victories. That is kind of disappointing. None of them have been sort of big enough, but I disagree with that. That I think maybe has something to do with fleet size as well. Yeah, Southwest Africa, who cares? We are blockading with one of my... Look at this. One of my corvettes. One of my colonial corvettes that thwarted a cruiser attack on merchant shipping. That's ballsy. And we get some from our ally. Yeah. Save, and this is what I was afraid of. That's why I wanted to have peace. But if we get into a war with France, we are in a better position than we were a little while ago, because we have, I think we can say that we have the Russians under control. Yeah, they keep having their ships in bad places where they don't have bases, and they don't even have basing here. They definitely don't have a battleship here, I don't believe that. Their force here is quite limited now. Zoom in to see, but yeah, they have their battleships, but the cruiser force has been greatly diminished. But we have no real battleships for a while yet, but slowly edging closer to... So I would rather not fight France without battleships, but it looks like we have no choice. But I now think this episode has run a while, so I will pause here and see you in the next one.